Alright, so this is actually take two because I was doing the wrong chords. So, hello Natalie, this is your video tutorial on how to play God of Thunder, originally written by Kiss, but redone by a super group of Rob Zombie, Slash, and a couple other guys. Those are the two biggest names. So they made it much more of a metal sounding song. Kiss is more of a rock sound. They're slower, so I'm going to use the speed from the rock version, but I'm going to show you how to play it the metal version. I'm just going to do it slowly so that you can work your way to a faster pace. So, also, one other thing, my guitar is tuned down a step, so it's in drop D. So all that means it's going to sound deeper than your guitar right now, because I'm assuming you got the standard tuning. So if you want it to sound better, I like it a step deeper for this song especially. I just think it sounds cooler and more metally. So the first measure, I'm going to just show you measure by measure. You're going to take your pointer finger on the 5th fret of the A string and ring finger on the 7th fret, and then you're just going to do this strumming here. I'll get up close. So without any noise, that was just... So that's the picking. And then with your fingers up here, you're going to want to move them. So putting it together, you're just going to be doing, let's see, that's open E, 7th on the A, 7th on the E, 5th on the A, 7th on the A. So just do that a couple times. That's gonna, I'm gonna try to give you a better picture. And that's the picking and the fingers, and this is what it'll sound like with the fuzz on. Much cooler. So just do that a couple times, just so that you can get the pattern down. And once you get that down, the next measure is pretty much the same thing, but you end with an open power chord, so it's... That sounded terrible, but with the fuzz on it sounds cool. There, just don't go ham on it. So it's the exact same thing, except you pick up your ring finger, and starting on the A string, you do a power chord, so you're just going to hit the top, so you're going to hit the A, D, and maybe the G chord, all depending on how, I don't know how to, just how hard you press. So it's going to sound like this with the fuzz. That sounds much cooler with the fuzz, like I said. So then you can put those together, so it's going to sound like... And that's the first two measures. The third measure is the same as the first, so that's just going to be... So then adding the fuzz for the first three measures all together, you've got... And then now you're going to have the fourth, which is going to have some hammer-ons. So that's when you do like... You got to hit it hard, but you also got to hit it in the right spot. Because if you go like... and slip and hit the wrong string, it sounds crappy. So you got to make sure that you're hitting the string right. But I'll just show you that one. So let's see. That one right after the previous measure, you just go right into it. Don't take a break because I can't think. So I'm going to do the third and fourth. So it's, and then it's. So So it's similar to the first one. So it's like going to be top string, second string, top string, and then. So it's going to be 2 hammer-ons. Alright, so I just deleted 14 gigabytes of podcasts that I never listened to because it interrupted me halfway through just to tell me that my storage was full. So now I should have plenty of storage and I can finish your tutorial here. So like I was saying, the 4th measure, so from the 3rd, or no, wait, what did I show you already? Okay, so it's the hammer-ons. So that's open E, and then 7th on the A, 7th on the E, and then it's going to be 2 hammer-ons on the A string. So you just hold down 5th fret and pluck it, and then bring your finger down on the 7th fret of the A chord, and you'll get that sound. I'll show you what that sounds like with the fuzz. Again, everything's cooler with the fuzz, except for country songs. So I'm going to show you everything that you should have by now, real quick. All of measures put together. Now that you put it all together, it sounds really good. So that's like the first chunk. That's like the first half of the first chunk, actually, I guess. So the next half of that chunk is 100% the same. It's but instead of doing the hammer-on part, it's going to be some bending. So that's going to be cool. So that instead of going okay. Reaction. Alright, so for the pulling part, it's going to be just the 5th fret on the D string, and then you're going to go up a string to the A and do the 7th fret on the A string, and then 5th fret on the D string again, then you're going to do 7th on that, and then you're going to bend it. So that is that you're going to pull this down with your ring finger, and you're going to try. It's really tough, so it might take you a little bit of practice, but you got to push down hard so that you keep the sound, and then just bend it down. See how I'm doing that there? And then just let it back up. Don't do that, because then it just snaps into place and sounds like crap. So just make sure that you're controlling it down and up. And then it's just an open chord. You just take your hand off. So that put together should look like this. And that's what it should look like. And I'll do that with fuzz real quick. So that's the first part of the song pretty much completed. I don't know what it's called, the verse maybe, but I'm just going to show you that all together with the fuzz real quick. So from the top, this is what you should have now. And there you go, kaboom. That is the verse. That's like half of the song. So the song, minus the solo, of course. I don't know how to do the solo because Slash is like a guitar wizard, and there's like one solo that I can do of his, and it's his slowest, easiest one. So the solos are nuts. So I'm not showing you that part. Maybe someday when I can do it. But for now, the next part, so after you do that Oops. You're going to go into the next part, which is the chorus, where the guy just says God of Thunder and rock and roll. And so what that is it's power chords, bar chords, one of the two, I forget. So you're going to take your pointer finger and starting on the 3rd fret of the A string, and then you're just going to bar all the way down. You don't have to get sound out of it, just at least the top 3 you want to try. And then you take your pinky finger and go 2 frets down, so this is going to be the 5th fret, and 1 string lower, so that's going to be starting on the D string. And then you're going to want to cover at least 3-ish. I can get sound out of the 4, but I've been playing for much longer, so it's not fair. So you're just going to do this. Except you're going to do it right. So you start, you're going to hold this shape the whole time. So no matter where your index finger is, your pinky finger should always be 2 frets and 1 string down. So I'm just going to show you where to move. And then you actually don't have to get sound out of all 3 strings, just 2 of them. So wherever your pointer finger is, since it's on the A string, you're going to start at the A chord, or the A string, and you're going to strum that chord, string, whatever, and 1 below it at the same time so that you hit your pinky also. So I guess you don't have to bar it, you could just play it like this if you need to. But when I'm playing it, I'm hitting some more to get some more, especially with the fuzz on, it sounds much better to do a power chord. So anywho, holding that shape, you're going to go 2 here, then you're going to move up a string with both fingers, and then you're going to move over 2 frets and down a string. So that's 2 here, up a string, then you go over 2 frets and back down to index on the A string. And you're going to slide back up. To help you, let's see. If you've got these little dots on your guitar, you're staying on those the whole time. So that's to kind of help you guide. You've got little dots on the top of the fretboard too, you should. So you won't have to peek over the side. You'll be able to just sort of look. So that's, oh geez, what am I doing? And then you do that again. Okay, I lied, so you don't do that again. So you do that thing once, so it's going to be like, I'll do it with the fuzz real quick too. So practice this part. And then you're going to come back down to the 3rd fret, and you're going to go. So that's like the next part. So the first 2 bits, it's 2 strums there of the same thing with your index on the A string and pinky on the D string, and then it's just going to hit those 2 strings, and then you're going to bring it up a string, then you're going to bring it back down a string and over 2 frets, just like before, but you're going to do it 2, and then so it's going to be 2, then open for 4. Wait, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4 on the A string, and then you're going to bring your index down on the 2nd fret of the A string. So that's going to be like this. And then you just go into so back into that. So all together with the fuzz, it's going to sound like. Did I do that right? sorry. So that's what it's going to be like. And then you go through it one more time. All the way up. And then you're going to bring it down and go. There we go. I'll cut out the part where I messed up because I'm perfect. So you're going to go back to this for like a third time. Let me just think. I think this is like the third time you're going to be doing this part. Slide all the way down to the second one again, but put your middle finger 1 fret up on the same string, and then you're just going to go top string, 3rd fret, and then you're going to bring it all the way up here to back to what you were at, and then you're going to do an open on the 5th, 7th on the top, open 5th, 7 on the A string. So I kind of lost track of that myself, so don't feel bad here. So let me just play that whole chunk. So that should all, after the, you know, the slidey part, this is what you should have. And then from there, you just go back into the start, redo the whole thing. So that's the whole song. I'm going to be cutting out a lot of parts just for clarity, because playing it just with muscle memory is much easier than trying to show it, because to like show someone I almost have to relearn it myself, which is weird because I know how to do. This was like the first song that I learned that had picking. So that's the whole song. I'm going to show you what it sounds like a full time through, and then you go through the full thing like 2 or 3 times, but that's if you've got someone singing along with it. Maybe I'll send you a video, I think I already did, on like the Gods of Thunder actually playing that song. So I can also send you the Kiss one if you wanted. But here's the whole thing from the top. Alright, so practice that whenever you can or want to. You now have no excuse to not be a master of the guitar next time I see you. Alright? Bye.